38th Annual East Montgomery County Lamb Show. If you would, please rise and remove your caps as we have Miss Avery Colberth. She will again present our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Avery. First call, lightweight, Class 1 lambs to the back gate, please. You lamb exhibitors, you need to be keeping it on your mind. This is, moves at a pretty fast pace, so we'll be making our first call for Class 2 here shortly. Last call, Class 1, you're in the ring. First call, Class 2. Our exhibitors in Class 1 are Brody Willis, Splendora FFA, Sadie Jameson of Splendora 4-H, McKenna Moore of Splendora 4-H, Ryder Lyra of Splendora Junior FFA, Bristol Lyra of Splendora Junior FFA, Carson Denton of Splendora FFA, and Emily Furman May of Splendora FFA. 7 exhibitors, weight range between 74 pounds and 97 pounds. For those of you just joining us, our judge today is Mr. Taylor Osborne. He's born and raised in Llano, Texas, comes from a deep, long line of agriculturalists in that area. The Osborne family is very well known throughout the state for their contributions to agriculture in Texas and the show livestock business dating back several decades. A great family, and personally know a great family there. He is attended Blinn Junior College in Texas A&M and competed on the livestock judging team for both universities. And he's currently the county extension agent in Llano, Texas, where he and his wife Chelsea are raising their daughter Charlie. Let's give him a big round of applause for working with our kids.
really high quality top three that come in to start things off here in our sheep show, and I like all three of these sheep. I think there's just subtle differences between them that separate them. I think when you start adding things up, I think the young man that wins this class just does so pretty handedly. You just study that one in terms of genuineness, in terms of chest, in terms of full rib, in terms of hip and lower and inner leg. That one's just got the most. And then when you prop that one up from the side, still good looking, still attractive. That he's a little stiffer in terms of her neck. I wish she'd just relax and shoot that thing right out the top side of her shoulder like the 1 and 2 does, or the 1 and 3. But that's getting awfully critical of one that's very genuine, very square, very level, very correct in terms of the way that one carries all the width and power that she has. Young man's in 2's built a lot like that one. Like we said, has the advantage there in terms of maybe the way that one's neck comes out of the top side of her shoulder, but you get to study in that one. She's not as big out of her pins. She's a little deeper and more mature in terms of her body and her chest, maybe not quite as attractive in her lines as either one on either side of her. That's why she lands in 2. She's better structured and holds herself together better on the move than the 1 and 3. That's where the young ladies in 3 gets in trouble. That ewe on the move just wants to round off both ends of her skeleton. She'll kind of drop her shoulder and her front end, get up underneath herself out of her hip. On the stand, I really like that one's look. I like that one's shape and texture and touch is all very, very good. If we can reorganize that one's skeleton just a little on the move, you can certainly justify swapping that pair. Young ladies in 4, built as good as any of them. I like the squareness and I like the trueness and the build of that sheep. Just a good bit greener out here today. Not quite as far along in terms of finish, in terms of muscle. But if that one, project that one out another maybe 30 days and she could be here with some of these others. We get down the line to these 3 remaining ones in here. Good type of sheep. They've got shape. They've got some leanness to them. They just need to be organized in their skeleton a little different to get up to the top end of this class. Good class. Put your hands together for those exhibitors. Good job, buddy. Nice job. Good job, young lady.
Class 2 to the back gate. First call, Class 3. Placings in Class 1. We got Ryder Lyra, Splendora, Junior FFA. Placing second, Carson Denton, Splendora FFA. Placing third, Bristol Lyra, Splendora, Junior FFA. Placing fourth is McKenna Moore of Splendora 4H. Placing fifth is Brody Willis of Splendora FFA. Placing sixth is Emily Furman May of Splendora FFA, and placing seventh is Sadie Jamieson of Splendora 4H. Exhibitors in Class 2 are Aaron Harris, Splendora FFA, Caitlin Fry, Splendora FFA, Jerry Stewart of New Caney Junior FFA, Ashley Pippin of Splendora FFA, Morgan Warman Reed of Splendora FFA, Abigail Hall of New Caney FFA, and Zach Mueller of Splendora FFA. 7 head, weight range 98 to 102. Like to recognize some of our sponsors: Glen E. Trout Construction, MSED, Crosstex, Jocelyn Construction, Principal Services, Kevin Burns, Kennedy Fabricating, Bell and McCoy Companies, New Caney Fence, the Martin dealerships, both on the Dodge Chrysler side as well as the General Motors side. We've got Raising Cane's a new sponsor to the fair this year. Guys AC and Heating, Rand Henderson for sheriff, is our sheriff. Premier Best Western, Pace Stansel Funeral Homes, the Ritchie family, Mustang Cat, Boot Barn, McDonald's, the Peggy Byer Memorial, Constable Rowdy Hayden, HEB, EMC Tire, and TDG Contractors. Second call for Class 3 to the gate.
Well, the interesting top three that comes in here next, I think you start looking and you start studying and you start breaking these things apart. The young ladies is the one that just keeps showing up with the least holes in that U. I think you study that one in terms of roundness, in terms of squareness and trueness. She's right there with those two behind her. But then this is the U that's the most honest in terms of her condition. She's the most youthful and attractive in her lines. That one's square, true, good touching, really nice, good-looking sheep that wins that class. Young men's in two, I like an awful lot of things about. I like how that used neck comes right out the top side of her shoulder. I like her squareness. I like her build. I like how sound and fluid she is on the move. That one's carrying just a bit more right there over her ribs, a little softer to the touch. And of the top three, she's probably the most disappointing when you step in behind her in terms of her pin width and her stifle shape. If we could change those things about her, certainly could move her up in class, could tuck her up just a shot in her forearm and chest as well. That comes in next with the interesting there on top of that one's shoulder. Man, that one's wide, that one's bold and thick. All those things are really good. That consequently with that you wants to get a little rounder in terms of her shoulder. She's a little deeper in her plate and her chest, and she doesn't want to just drive her neck right out of the top side of her shoulder like those other two U's do. Maybe not quite as square right when you step in behind her, right out of that dock as some of those others as well. Young ladies in four, like that one's shape, that one's trueness and leanness. That one just gets a little unproportionate. Her front end weighs more than her back end does, a little deeper there. Get on down the line here. Some other sheep in this class that are good in terms of their shape, good in terms of their muscle. Just need to reorganize their skeleton in a place or two. Good job. Congratulations to all those exhibitors.
Last call, Class 3. First call, Class 4 to the back gate. Placings in Class 2, Aaron Harris, Splendora FFA in first. Second place was Zach Mueller of Splendora FFA. Third place is Ashley Pippin. Fourth place is Ashley's of Splendora FFA. Fourth place is Caitlin Fry of Splendora FFA. Fifth place, Jerry Stewart of New Caney Junior FFA. Sixth place, Morgan Warman Reed, Splendora FFA. And seventh place, Abigail Hall, New Caney FFA. Exhibitors in Class 3 are Kai Eisenberger, Splendora FFA, Mason Lingram of Splendora FFA, Mason Rollins of Splendora Junior FFA, Kimber Stewart of New Caney FFA, Emily Galan of New Caney Junior FFA, Callie White of New Caney FFA, Faith Bailey of Splendora FFA, Macy Morris of Splendora Junior FFA, and Adeline Overall of Splendora FFA. There's 9 exhibitors, weight range 103 to 106. Second call, Class 4 to the back gate. Class 5, get it on your mind. Last call, Class 4 to the back gate.
Well, a very intriguing top three to get the sword. I think there's a whole lot of good in all three of these sheep, and I think there's just subtle differences between them, and they're all a little different in type and kind, and that can make it a little challenging, I think, to put together. But whenever you take in consideration how they get them stood up, how they get them planted and driving, and then you watch them on the move, I think that young lady that wins this class does that the best. When you're looking at that one at a 3/4, wide, bold, dense, stout, all those things. That is right in terms of her condition. She's massive and shapely. And then you put them in motion, and she actually looks better moving than she does on the stand. She uses her shoulder and her front knee better than the 1 and 2, and that's why that pair goes that way. But I like that sheep an awful lot. Young ladies in 2, man, I love that thing propped up. I like the way that one looks. I like that one's shape, the tone, and the touch that one has. Not as massive as the class winner. I do like the way that one's shoulder and neck, the way his neck comes out of the top side of her shoulder a little better. On the move, that one's fronted. I don't know if she's sore or if something went on there, but she's wanting to jab her front legs into the ground. She's a little more upright in terms of her angle to her shoulder. That could be part of it, but a really nice one there planted that lands in 2. And 3, built exceptional from the side. Very attractive, very youthful in terms of that one's chest and body and forerib and all those things. Just not near enough punch when you compare him to those 2 right in front of her. Young man's in 4. I like that one standing. Square, genuine type of sheep on the move. That one wants to run downhill. Gets a little off in terms of that one's hip. Young ladies that comes next, a shapely one, just not as attractive. The young lady that comes there next in 6th, really stout, wide, dense one, just too compact, too low to the ground, too chunky fronted. Much can be the same about the next one there. A stout one, too short necked and thick fronted, and the 2 that round out our class just need a bit more dimension and power all the way throughout. Good class. Put your hands together for those exhibitors.
Last call, Class 5 at the back gate. Sorry, Class 4 at the back gate. First call, Class 5 to the back gate. Placings in Class 3, we have Faith Bailey, Splendora FFA, and its class winner. Second place, Macy Moore, Splendora Junior FFA. Third place, Kimber Stewart of New Caney FFA. Fourth place, Kai Eisenberger, Splendora FFA. Fifth place, Mason Rollins of Splendora Junior FFA. Sixth place, I have Emily Glan of New Caney Junior FFA. Seventh place, I have Adeline Overall, Splendora FFA. Eighth place, I have Mason Lingram of Splendora FFA. And ninth place, Callie White, New Caney FFA. Exhibitors in Class 4 are Ethan Pickens of Splendora FFA, Corbin Green of Splendora FFA, Brooklyn Kelly of New Caney FFA, Jordan Maddox of New Caney FFA, Keegan Brandom of Splendora Junior FFA, Caitlin Gine of Splendora Junior FFA, and Molly Galan of New Caney FFA. 7 exhibitors, weight range 107 to 110. Second call, Class 5 to the back gate. Like to remind you of the merchandise stand at the concession stand door as you go out. There's on the right, they've got T-shirts and hats and what have you. East Montgomery County Fair wear. There's also an online registration kiosk for the auction on Saturday. So if you plan on coming, you want to pre-register and have all your armbands and your signage all waiting for you when you get here, I'd slip on over there and pre-register when you have time. low shoot? In that area? Anyone interested in placing an animal on the non-sale trailer, it is on location back by the wash rack, and you can deal with those guys directly there. Again, they're offering 50 cents a pound for pigs, $2 a pound for goats, and $1.30 a pound on sheep, and that would go off your show weight.
Well, from the moment they walked in, it was a two-horse race, in my opinion, no doubt about it. And that's to take nothing away from the rest of this class. I just think these two at the top end of this class are very, very good, very high quality. I think they do a lot of the same things that I'm after in terms of being genuine, in terms of being wide and dimensional and correct in terms of their finish, and still having a good fresh touch to them. I think the advantages to the young man's view is that one just runs uphill just a little bit more. I read more true roundness of body in that sheep, and that one is just massive when you step in behind her. Big hip, lots of dimension from stifle to stifle. Just a really nice female there, and one that still gets out and goes very, very well when you pack all that muscle and that much shape and dimension in one. Young ladies in two, man, that thing is burly-legged. That thing's wide and shapely and really, really hard to the touch. I think when you get right down to it and start studying them, I give the edge to the young man's in terms of shape of forerib, a little width over that one's loin, and then just a little bit out of that one's hip. That young lady's isn't quite as stout out of her hip as that one that wins that class. With all that bone and dimension, that sheep's just a little piecier in terms of her look from the side. Just doesn't want to pull it together quite as good as our class winner. Really nice one there in two, though. Young ladies in three, just a good basic type of sheep, and I mean that in the best positive way that I can, because there's just not a lot wrong with that one. That one's got good width. That one's got good shape. That one's lean and touches really good. Just doesn't have the wow factor that those other two in that class do, but just a good sheep that lands in third. Young ladies in four, I appreciate the build, the look and design of this sheep a whole bunch. Propped up, that one's youthful, that one's attractive. You can just fit that one inside those first three. That sheep's just not wide enough to run with some of those others. In here with some sheep, they run into a few condition issues. Some of them's a touch fatter than I term ideal, and a couple of them I just need their skeleton reorganized. Good class. Put your hands together for those exhibitors.
Last call, Class 5. First call, Class 6 to the back gate. Placings in Class Ian Brandom, Splendora Junior FFA in first. Second place, Molly Galan of New Caney FFA. Third place, Caitlin Gine of Splendora Junior FFA. Fourth place, Brooklyn Kelly of New Caney FFA. Fifth place, Jordan Maddox of also of New Caney FFA. Sixth place, Corbin Green of Splendora FFA. And seventh place, Ethan Pickens, Splendora FFA. Exhibitors in Class 5 are Joanna Peterson, New Caney FFA. Lindsay Sessom of Splendora FFA. Briggs Stevens of New Caney Junior FFA. Savannah Moore of Splendora 4-H, Colt Robertson of New Caney Junior FFA, Harlan Inkster of Splendora Junior FFA, and Clayton Watson of Splendora Junior FFA. 7 head, weight range 111 to 113.
Well, as we get into this next class, the longer they're out here, the longer the young ladies that wins this class separates itself, I think. That ULAM's just awful nice, guys. I mean, that one's wide, that one's bold, all those things we've been talking about all day. Square and dense, but then really attractive, good-looking type of sheep. And then of the top three, handles the best and is the most appropriate in terms of that one's condition. Makes that one a pretty easy nod for me. Take nothing away from this one in second because I love how big-legged, how square, how dense that sheep is that the young lady brings to us. One is just a nickel plainer, just in his touch and his look. That one's a little coarser in his shoulder, not quite as shaped up and grooved up down that one's top. But man, you love the bone, you love the shag, you love the lines in that one. Just wish it came with a bit neater of a package. Young man's that lands in three. I like some things about that sheep, especially in the middle part of her body. I love how bold and round that her rib is. She's got a good fresh touch to her. That one's carrying the most in terms of condition over that one's ribs. She wants to get a little rounder off both ends of her skeleton. Maybe doesn't quite have the foot and the bone those two that precede her in class do. The young man's that comes next, lean, shapely one that just needs to be put together a little bit different. Young man's that comes next there in the blue shirt, a tall, long, extended one that's built nice, just not enough to that sheep. Young man's that comes next in the plaid shirt, one that gets a little easy right there behind that huge shoulder, just wants to get a little narrower out of her hip. Young ladies that comes next, lean. Appreciate that about that one. This needs to be wider all the way throughout. Good class. Put your hands together for those exhibitors. Nice job. Good job. Sir.
Last call, Class 6. First call, Class 7 to the back gate. Placings in Class 5. First place, Lindsay Sessom, Splendora, FFA. Second place, Savannah Moore, Splendora, 4H. Third place, Clayton Watson, Splendora, Junior, FFA. Fourth place, Harlan Inkster, Splendora, Junior, FFA. Fifth place, Colt Robertson, New Caney, Junior, FFA. Sixth place, Briggs Stevens, New Caney, Junior, FFA. And seventh place goes to Joanna Peterson, New Caney, FFA. Exhibitors in Class 6 are Skylar Meadows, Splendora, 4H. Bentley Stevens, New Caney, Junior, FFA. Avery Wright, Splendora, Junior, FFA. Katie Moran of Splendora, Junior, FFA. Caden Watson of Splendora, FFA, and Megan Addison, Splendora, FFA. 6 exhibitors, weight range 115 to 119. Again, we would like to recognize and thank Commissioner Matt Gray and his team. Those guys have worked tirelessly over the last several weeks to prepare the facilities for the East Montgomery County Fair, and they've been working hard every day, every night since the gates opened last weekend. Please help me in thanking Commissioner Matt Gray and all his staff.
Very, very good. Top pair of them that comes in here next. And I apologize for taking a little extra time, but I think they deserve to be studied just a little bit because I think they're both very, very good. They're just different in their type and kind, and that's okay. There's different types of good, but when you start, if you've been listening to me today, and hopefully you have, if you figured out what kind that I like, and the young ladies that wins this class is just more my speed. One of the more important parts when you talk about sheep and building them right route is that forerib and those things, guys, and that's where this class winner is just better. That one's bolder. She's rounder in her forerib. She's square and truer from the ground up. That one's just got more to her. You step in behind her, she's wider hip. She's wider from stifle to stifle, and that one is still good looking. That one still balances. That one still proportions very, very well. That's why she wins that class. Super Freak is in too because and that thing is different. That one is really jet, long neck, dead level, good looking, out on the move. That one is very attractive. She floats out here, but when you get to breaking her down and really studying her, she gets a little easy right there behind her shoulders. She's a little more concave in terms of her forerib, and when you step in behind her, she's not as square, not as true from her hip and from stifle to stifle. Really, really close pair. Like I said, a guy could come in here and switch it, and I wouldn't argue with you too much, depending on what your priorities are, but two really nice ones there. Young ladies in 3, just a good type of sheep in terms of being square, in terms of being dense and stout. That one's just too compact for me. I want to stretch that one out. I want to see that one come with a shot more bone, shot more foot as well, and see that one hold her front end up better on the move when she gets out and goes. Excuse me. Young man's that comes next, a long extended one, that you will get a little easy behind her shoulders as well, and she just gets a bit too narrow from end to end. Young ladies that comes next, a trim, shapely one, just gets a little off in that hip and hind leg construction. Young ladies that's going to round out our class, one that's got some muscle, got some width, just gets a little off in terms of balance, in terms of structure. Good class. Put your hands together for those exhibitors. Good job, young lady. Good job.
Last call, Class 7. Placings in Class 6. First place, Caden Watson, Splendora FFA. Second place, Skylar Meadows, Splendora 4H. Third place, Katie Moran, Splendora Junior FFA. Fourth place, Bentley Stevens, New Caney Junior FFA. Fifth place, Avery Wright, Splendora Junior FFA. And sixth place, Megan Addison, Splendora FFA. Exhibitors in Class 7 are Colton Brown, Splendora Junior FFA, Woodrow Knox, New Caney Junior FFA, Carter Barracks of Splendora Junior FFA, Cassie Eastland of West Fork FFA, and Reese Welch of Splendora FFA. 5 exhibitors, weight range 120 to 134. Need all first and second placing lambs to the back gate at this time. All first and second placing lambs to the back gate at this time. Second call for all first and second place lambs to the back gate.
Well, in our heavyweight class here, and young man that wins this class does so pretty handy. When you get up to this weight, you're going to run into some condition issues. That's definitely not the case with that one that wins that class. That ewe is very 12 o'clock in terms of her shape, in terms of her touch, in terms of her freshness. Like that one's presence from the side. She's tall fronted. The way that one's neck comes right out the top side of her shoulder. Very, very good. If we're going to change her, maybe change the way that one's hip and hind leg is made just a little bit. Wants to fall off there just a touch, but a really nice sheep there that wins that class. Young ladies in two, love how square, how wide, how dense that sheep is. Really, really appreciate those things about her. One that just has a tick more condition to her than the class winner. One's a little softer to the touch, not as shaped up, not as creased up as that class winner, but a really good, square, good built type of sheep that lands there in two. Young man's in threes built a lot like that one, just in terms of squareness, in terms of genuineness and boldness. That sheep, I just questioned the maturity in a little bit. She just comes in a bit smaller package, a little lower to the ground, a little earlier maturing. Look to her, I like to suck some of her belly up, tuck her up, make her a little more attractive from the side. Young man's that comes next, an attractive, shapely one, just doesn't have near the bone or the muscle that others do. And the young ladies that rounds out our class, a good type of sheep that's functional, that's got some good things to them, just needs to be a little better balanced, a little shapelier. Good class. Put your hands together for all those exhibitors.
Placings in our last class: Woodrow Knox, New Caney Junior FFA in the first place. Second place, Reese Welch, Splendora FFA. Third place, Carter Barracks of Splendora Junior FFA. Fourth place, Colton Brown, Splendora Junior FFA. And fifth place, Cass West Fork FFA.
Because you're going to read back to
Our Grand Champion Lamb buckle is sponsored by Tristan Gage. Our reserve buckle is Greenhall Farms. Our junior showmanship buckle will be sponsored by Splendora FFA alumni. And we'd like for a representative of Tristan and Greenhall Farms to kind of be getting close to the gate. Our next mode of business here, we'll champion, and then we'll work down through for all those that made the sale and alternates after the conclusion of the senior showmanship. That is for the goat exhibitors and lamb exhibitors. So it's mandatory for the exhibitor and a parent or guardian to be in this meeting. and it'll be right here in the arena. First call for all third and fourth place lambs to be at the back gate. All third and fourth place lambs, lamb exhibitors, please be with your animal. This sale order goes way fast, so we need you at your animal and ready to come into the arena once we start the sale order. Mr. Taylor Osborne for the job he's done as he selects our grand champion. I'd like to personally thank him for flipping his routine here on us. It moved all the coaches, the sideline coaches, to the other end, and we get to see all the hand signals and they make some pretty good baseball coaches. And it's a lot quieter on this end than it was a while ago.
Let's give all of our market lamb exhibitors a big round of applause here today. Great effort by all the kids. Really enjoyed watching them come out here and work these projects that they've been working so hard on. You can tell the effort and the time is there. It's second to none. Really impressed with this set of sheep that they brought out here for y'all to see today. I thought it was really good. I think there's subtle differences between these, but there's no doubt that these are the first and seconds that I thought needed to be here, and they deserve to be here, no doubt. That first class kicked it off really good. Two really high quality ones come out of there. Young man's, like we talked about, is just so square, so bold, so shapely. The shape that one has rolled up down that U's top, and the mass that she carries is impressive. Like we talked about, she's a little stiffer in her neck. Wish she would just relax that thing and let it come right out the top side of her shoulder. Just a little bit different, but it's a really nice one there. And then the 1 and 2 corrects her in that regard. That is the taller fronted one that just doesn't handle quite as shapely, quite as toned up as that class winner did. Class 2 came to us, and two really high quality ones out of there. It's kind of the same type of the trimmer, shapelier one that's a little more genuine in terms of muscle wins that class. A good one backs him up in second. We get into that third class, and I thought a pair of them that was awfully good. And you get to studying that class winner out here, and in the mix of things, man, that one's got a lot of good things to her. Wide, bold, stout, all those things, and then can still tie it up with a good look and get out there and motor with the best of them. A really nice one there that comes to us out of that class. Young man's that comes next out of that fourth class, man, that thing is stout. That one's wide, that one's bold, probably pound for pound the heaviest muscled one out here. But then you study her, she's still got balance to her. Everything is proportional. Everything fits together. Is she the most wild in terms of her body and the youthfulness? No, I don't think so. But I think everything fits together on that ewe very well. The young ladies that comes next, man, that one propped up is awfully nice. That one's shapely. That one's got a good line. Got good lines in her. That's useful. That's attractive. On the move, she'll want to drop her front end just a shot. That's getting awfully critical of a really nice one there. The young ladies that out of that next to last class, propped up, I like that one a good bit. Runs uphill, long neck, shapely, trim, all those things. Of these ones on the front line, maybe the one that just needs to be fixed in her loin just a tick more. Maybe not quite as out there in terms of some pieces and parts, but a really nice one there that comes to us out of that class. And the young man's heavyweight we just got done talking about. Like we said, for a big sheep, for one that weighs that much, to be that youthful, that attractive and shallow and still shapely is awfully impressive. That's a good one that's definitely in the mix as well. I think when you get out here and you get to studying them and looking at them, I think there's 4 of them that come to mind, and I think it's awfully close. I think it just depends on where a guy wants to set his priorities. You guys have heard me talk a lot today about squareness, genuineness, and trueness, and a whole bunch about skeleton. I don't know how many sheep guys really hammer on skeleton, probably as much as I do, but I think that's what separates the good ones from the great ones. If we can make them stout and square and bold and youthful and attractive and all those things and big fuzzy-legged, but if they don't use their skeleton right, what have we gained there? I think that's an important piece of it. It is for me. It's in my priorities very high up there. So that's kind of where we land on where we land. If you didn't end up where you did, hopefully you listen. And I told you what I thought. I try to be very honest. When they come in, they hit me. I don't overthink. So I just let them hit me, and I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like, and that's just how I judge them, and I really appreciate it. You guys having me out again. Thank you to the ring help for all the shows, the leadership. Give all them a big round of applause. It's not an easy thing putting on one of these things. They do an excellent job. Ran real smooth. Like I said, appreciate it very much. I'll take another look at it, and I'll go get your champion in reserve, and then we'll fix our sale order. But one more time, a round of applause for all your lamb exhibitors out here today. Excellent sheep show.
Your grand champion, Faith Bailey, Splendora FFA. Need Macy Morrison in line. I need Kimber Stewart to the holding pen, or to the arena, please. And I need Kai Eisenberger to the holding pen.
I was going to, but you can eat.
Your reserve grand is Lindsay Sessom, Splendora FFA. I need Savannah Moore to the lineup. I need Clayton Watson in the arena. And I need Harlan Inkster to the holding pen, please. Third in the sale will be Mr. Ryder Lira, Splendora Junior FFA. Need Carson Benton to move up, Bristol Lira to the arena, and McKenna Moore to the holding pen. Once again, the sponsor of our champion buckle was Tristan Gage. Our reserve was Greenhall Farms. Woodrow Knox, number 4 in the sale. New Caney FFA. I need Reese Welch to move up, Carter Barracks to the arena, and Colton Brown to the holding pen, please. You 4th and 5th place sheep need to be heading towards the gate.
Two, 6, 4.
Number 5 in the sale is Keegan Brandom of Splendora Junior FFA. Molly Galan will move up. Caitlin Guyan, I need you in the arena. And Brooklyn Kelly to the holding pen, please.
Two, 5, 4.
6th place in the sale, Caden Watson, Splendora FFA. Skylar Meadows will move frontline. Katie Moran, I need you in the arena. And Bentley Stevens to the holding pen, please.
Two, 5, 3.
Number 7 in the sale is Molly Galan, New Caney FFA. I need Caitlin Gunn to move front line, Brooklyn Kelly to the arena, and Jordan Maddox to the holding pen, please.
Two, 8, 7.
Number 8 is Aaron Harris, Splendora FFA. Needs Zach Mueller to move to the front line, Ashley Pippin to the arena, and Caitlin Fry to the holding pen, please.
Two, 5-2.
Number 9 is Macy Moore, Splendora Junior FFA. Kimber Stewart moves to front. Kai Eisenberger needs you in the arena, and Mason Rollins to the holding pen, please.
Two, 6-9.
Number 10, Carson Denton, Splendora FFA. Bristol Lyra moves up. McKenna Moore to the arena. Brody Willis to the holding pen, please.
Two, 6-7.
Number 11 in the cell, Bristol Lyra. I need McKenna to move up. I need Brody Willis to the arena, and Emily Furman May to the holding pen, please.
2-5-0.
Number 12, Skylar Meadows, Splendora 4H. I need Katie to move up. Bentley Stevens to the arena, and Avery Wright to the holding pen, please.
Two, 6-0.
That's Zach Mueller is number 13 in the cell. I need Ashley Pippin to move forward, Caitlin Fry to the arena, and Jerry Stewart to the holding pen, please.
Two, 5-9.
Number 14 in the cell goes to Savannah Moore, Splendora 4H. I need Clayton Watson to move forward, Harlan Inkster to the arena, and Colt Robertson to the holding pen, please.
$283.
Number 14 or 15 in the cell is Reese Welch, Splendora FFA. Carter Barracks moves up. Colton Brown, I need you in the arena, and Cassie Eastland to the holding pen.
$285.
Lot number 16 was Kimber Stewart, New Caney, FFA. Kai Eisenberg moves to the front, Mason Rollins to the arena, and Emily Galan to the holding pen, please.
270.
Lot number 17 was Ashley Pimpin, Splendora, FFA. I need Kaylin Fry to move forward, Jerry Stewart to the arena, and Morgan Warman Reed to the holding pen, please. This is our last sale slot, number 18. We will pick 5 alternates.
$257.
Number 18, Clayton Watson, Splendora, Junior, FFA. I need Harlan to move forward and Colt Robertson to the arena. Briggs Stevens needs you in the holding pen.
293.
Caitlin Fry is alternate number 1. I need Jerry Stewart. Sorry, Jerry Guy. You're too old to show these things. Jerry Guy.
282.
We're going to skip that. Katie Moran was the 3rd alternate. No, Fry was 2nd. Fry was 2nd. Okay, sorry. It's Jerry Guine's fault. We're good.
249.
Burger, Splendora FFA is our 3rd alternate. Need Mason to move forward. Emily Glon to move into the arena.
$266.
Caitlin Gine is our 4th alternate. Splendora Junior FFA. And Brooklyn Kelly move forward. If you're in the holding pen behind the gate, you are excused. This is the last selection for our 5th alternate.
$277.
Our last alternate is Brooklyn Kelly, New Caney, Junior, FFA. Let's give these kids a big round of applause. We're going to clear the arena. We will make first call for Junior Lamb showmanship in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. First call, Junior Lamb Showmanship at the back gate. First call, Junior Lamb Showmanship. Second call, Junior Lamb Showmanship, $5 at the gate. It's a jackpot. Winner take all and a buckle. $5 entry fee at the gate. Winner take all and the trophy buckle. Pot's right. First call, Senior Showmanship at the back gate. Senior Showmanship, $5 at the gate. We have a representative of Splendora FFA alumni who would like for you to come down and take a picture for the buckle presentation as your sponsor.
Well, as we get out here in our junior showmanship, please give all these juniors a big round of applause. Excellent, excellent job out here. All of them, these are the top 5 that I've pulled out here, and all the ones on the rail, they're still doing a good job. There's just like we talked about in the goat showmanship, there's little things that I'm looking for. It's intensity when you come in, but it's not over showing. It's getting them set quick, being cool, calm, and collected, staying in line, making sure your angles and everything are appropriate. I think those are huge things and things that you can never start learning too early in life. And like I said, Not saying that you guys aren't doing a good job. It's just these out here are doing the things that I'm really looking for. And when you start breaking them down, the benefit of getting to judge showmanship after the show is you've already kind of seen them a little bit. So this is the second time I'm seeing all these kids. And that first impression, even in the show, and when they come in the ring for showmanship, is huge. And I think that definitely plays a part in it. I think there's one out here that just sticks out to me as just being very calm, very comfortable out here. There's no hurry. It's always smooth. Smooth is fast, and it'll get you there a whole lot faster than jerking on them and trying to go too quick. So I think that's a good point to bring home. But I'll take another look at them. I'll go show you the one that I like. I'll give all these kids a big round of applause. Excellent junior showmanship for our sheep show.
Our champion junior showman, Macy Morse, Splendora Junior FFA. Our buckle sponsor again is the Splendora FFA Alumni Association. If you have a representative to take this picture, come on down. Last call, senior showmanship at the back gate. Our senior showmanship buckle is sponsored by Bryant's Exhaust. If you have a representative from Bryant's, we'd like for you to come start making your way towards the arena. Again, immediately following the conclusion of the senior showmanship, we will have a sale meeting for both species, the goats and the lambs, okay? It is a mandatory meeting for the exhibitor and a parent or guardian. As we start to wrap up our lamb show, let's give our thanks to the committee chairmen and all the volunteers that are on these committees to make sure that these run so smoothly. Let's give a big round of applause.
Let's give all of our seniors a big round of applause on an excellent senior lamb showmanship. Great group out here, kind of the same thing. If you were here for the goats, you saw me just pulled these out here in the middle just randomly. I just want to see how the kids use the space in the ring, and if they pull up after the judge walks off, or and just see how they move about it. Using every corner of the ring is important, especially if you get this many head in a ring this size, and you've got some that don't utilize the corners. It can get pretty tight in here, and I think all these did an excellent job of that. Like I said, y'all kind of know what I think about showmanship and the things I'm looking for. It's just intensity, but being calm. It's hustling and getting after it, but not over-showing. It's a very, very fine balance, and one that when you're frustrated and it's not going right, it can spiral out of control in a hurry. So I encourage you to be calm, and if you do get spun up in here and you get a little frustrated, take a deep breath, recollect yourself, and just keep going, because you can fix it. It's okay. Just don't let it get out of control, and keep your emotions in check, and you'll be just fine. But like I said, excellent group. You can, and I'm sure everyone's got their favorite picked out. I know I've got mine. There's one that sticks out to me that just does the things I'm looking for in terms of intensity coming in there, and making sure that you look at that guy and say, hey, you need to pay attention because I've got a pretty good one here, and you don't need to miss me. And I think that's huge. And whether you're in a county show or you're in the big rings at the majors, that's gonna make or break you at times. So one more time, give a big round of applause. I'll go show you your champion senior showman.
Champion senior showman, Lindsey Sessom, Splendora FFA. Again, we'd like to have a representative of Bryant's Exhaust, if we have one here, to take this photo. Do we have a rep from Bryant's Exhaust?
I don't think so. Gotta make sure we highlight it.
Okay, we'll have a mandatory sale meeting in 5 minutes here in the ring, so enough time for you guys to get them put up, get back here. Mandatory sale meeting, sheep and goats, here in the sale ring in 5 minutes.